Hello my YouTube beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the new Colourpop Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. This just came in the mail yesterday, so I figured I'd sit down and do a review and first impressions for you guys. I have heard so many good things about this palette, and when Kathleen did the review video, like the launch video, I was so eager to get my hands on this. I did get this from the Colourpop website for $39. It's currently out of stock, but if you sign up for their email list thing, you're able to get an email when it comes back in stock. They have like a little email me on the website. So that's what I did. I did not get this when it first launched because I was working. So I signed up for the email list and then they got back to me when it came back in stock, and so I picked it up. A big reason why I think I'm so excited about this palette is because it is Colourpop's first huge, like big palette. Before we jump into actually testing this guy out, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it while you're watching, and be sure to subscribe before you leave because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this is what the packaging looks like. This is the box that it comes in. You take the palette out, and here it is. The first thing that I noticed with this palette is how heavy it is. It actually feels like a weighted, very nice, expensive palette. So the outside of the palette looks very similar to the box. I really like the packaging of this palette just from my first looks. I love that this is a like shimmery gold type of font for the So Jaded name, and then it's surrounded by really cool colorful crystals. And I love that she made the background of this lavender. My favorite color is purple, so that's always a plus. On the back, you do get all of the shade names, which I love. One of my pet peeves is the Morphe palettes. They don't have the shade names on them. So that is a bummer. I really like when palettes put shade names. It helps me to be able to explain to you guys what shade I'm using, and it just makes it easier in general to use the palette. So let's open this up. I have not opened this. I don't know really what it looks like other than the video that Kathleen did. So let's go ahead and open her up. Okay, what? Opal is blowing my mind right now. There are so many little sparkles. I'm talking about this shade right here. There are so many different colored blue sparkles in this. Okay, some of these actually look like they crumbled up a crystal and just threw it in an eyeshadow. I really like that they have the names on the front of the palette as well as the back of the palette. Overall, it makes it easier for the consumer to use this product. The top of this product does not have a mirror in it. I think that's to help with the price point. Colourpop is a super cheap, affordable, really great brand. I talk about Colourpop very often on my channel, but they did not put a mirror in this. Again, I think to help with the cost, but it does say Kathleen Lights and Colourpop up here. So again, here is what the palette looks like. I will do some inserts and I will also do some swatches, and then we will get to actually using this palette. Want to make sure you guys can really get an idea of what these shades look like swatched, how I think that they're swatching, and just like the pigment, the blendability, all of those fun things that we enjoy in eyeshadow reviews. Really, the ones that stick out the most to me right here. Those are ones that I can say for sure I do not have in another palette. Like, there are no shades that I have that look like that. And looking at this, I'm not even sure what look I want to do with this because there are so many different colors in this palette that it's just kind of like it's a little overwhelming just because I don't know what I want to do. But one thing I do see right off the bat before I even jump into this palette is I see what Kathleen means about including everyday shades in here that you can use. Like, this is a very colorful palette. However, there are these really nice transition shades. There is like a matte red brown shade. There's a yellow. There's some deeper shades. I don't see a dark brown. There is the shade Jasper, but it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. So it's not so much a deep brown. There's no deep matte black. There is a shade to set your eyeshadow primer with. So I can definitely see more wearable shades within this palette, like the shade Sunstone right here, these shades in the corner. Some of these are very wearable, and some of them are like, that's a lot. Let's get you guys a little bit closer and then we'll get to testing out the palette. I don't know why, I feel a little anxious in this video. Part of it's probably because of how my face is looking. It's not looking great. I have a feeling that that Run Primer that I did a Wear Test Wednesday on last week, I think, broke me out. So that's a bummer. Hopefully, I'm gonna try it again and hopefully it doesn't break me out. But I've just been getting like red spots. And anyway, so we're just gonna ignore that. I am doing my eyes first just to, in case there is fallout. Then I'll come back with the rest of my makeup on, so don't you worry. I love how unique this palette is. This reminds me a lot of the Dream Street palette, in where she has included very wearable shades, but there's also those fun pops of color. I'm going to use my Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base from NARS. This is what I always use to prime my eyelids. I'm actually running out of this. Anyway, I do feel a little tad bit anxious in this video. I can hear Chris walking upstairs. So if I'm breathing a lot or talking really fast, that is why. All right, I'm gonna set this down using the shade My Precious right here, just to set that base down because it is the same shade as My Ball. This is a really good shade to set down your eyeshadow primer. I mean, if you're like my skin tone or lighter, this is a good shade to set everything with. Feel like I should do my eyebrows? No. Maybe I should, no. My eyebrows are a mess. Who even let them get this long? It's probably me. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows after, okay? That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and go into the shade Rose Quartz right here. It is a very matte, like kind of neutral, cool toned brown. Take that in the crease. There is one eyeshadow in this palette that is called Diamond that she said is a Super Shock shadow. So I'm curious to see like if it actually is, because usually the Super Shock shadows will dry out if they're not in like in a closed container. So I'm curious as to why it's in this palette. This is a lot more cool toned than I was anticipating. As of right now, I have zero idea of what shades I want to use. All right, I really like that shade. It almost has this gray purple undertone. I think my goal is to use as many shades from the palette as I can in this video. If you want me to do another video doing a different look and using some different shades, then let me know down in the comments, because I'm definitely not gonna be able to use every single shade that's in this palette. I kind of want to do, I have no idea. So I'll just keep blending away until I can decide what I want to do. Maybe I want to do like a halo thing. That would be kind of cool. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I don't normally do incredibly colorful looks, but I am so drawn to this opal shade. I think I might have to make this the star of the show and find shades that will complement that. So maybe I might go in with Ametrine right here. It is a purple with a bunch of like gold glitters in it, and start packing it on my lid with this MAC 217 brush. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, that is pretty. And you can see the sparkles show up. Like, it's not one of those shades that just has this overlay of sparkle. It actually has some really nice glitter in this shade. I'm so happy I didn't do my face because there's a bunch of fallout from this shade. So I guess I'm going for like a purple blue look today. And then I'm going to take this in the inner part of my eye as well. And I'm kind of connecting them at the top. At this point, it almost looks like I'm just putting it all over the lid, which I probably should have done in the first place. This shade is blending really nicely. It's a very pretty and unique purple. It's not so pigmented, and it's more of that lavender type of shade. Oh, I like, okay. I've used 3 shades and I love this palette already. It looks a little odd without having the rest of my makeup on, but I will come back to do my lower lash line once I've done the rest of my makeup. I'm just trying to blend it in with that original crease shade that we put. And I'm gonna take that original brush that we used with the shade Rose Quartz and blend out without any other product on it. I'm gonna be so cool in this video. I'm gonna take more shades. I'm gonna take the shade Garnet right here. It is a matte ruby type of shade. and put this in the outer V a little bit more, just to add a little something that's not just the purple. I'm keeping the shade primarily in the outer V. It's kind of hard to see if it's showing up. I think it is. And I'm gonna take the same brush from that first crease shade, just kind of blend the edges again. That's what the eyes are looking like. I'm going to take the shade Opal and stick this right in the center of the lid. Hopefully this goes okay. Do I need a glitter primer? Let's try. So I'm gonna take a flat brush, just kind of start packing this in the center of my eye. Oh, glitter everywhere. I feel it falling on my face. All right, this shade is not as pigmented as I was thinking. It would be, maybe it's because it's on a flat brush. Maybe if I use my finger. Oh yeah, it's a lot more pigmented if I use my finger. Just putting this in the center of my lid. Now I'm going to take the shade Opal, stamp it on. I'm just kind of blending this out. It is falling a lot onto my lashes. So I think I would just be careful with this one, especially because it is a glitter. This Opal shade is just so freaking cool. It's got so many different multi-dimensional glitters in it that I cannot not use it. It's got pink, it's got purple, it's got blue, it's got like dark blue and light blue glitters. It's just so cool. I cannot stop adding this. And I suppose you could use a glitter glue with this shade just to have it stick to your face a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead, finish out the rest of my makeup. I will come back and we can start focusing on the lower lash line. I might want to do some different colors than I did on the top. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I have the rest of my makeup on other than finishing up my lower lash line. But the more I look at this eye look, the more I'm just in love with it. Please ignore the status of my nose and like my face. I'm doing a wear test Wednesday in another video coming soon, and if that doesn't tell you my thoughts, yeah, it's coming soon. Anyway, so just please ignore that piece and let's focus on the eyes. I think the eyes, like up here, I'm so in love with 100%. Let's look at the lower lash line. I kind of want to use Diamond in the inner part of my eye right here, and then go in like Smudge Sandstone, this pretty like coppery metallic shade underneath my lower lash line, and fade it maybe into something like Carnelian or something. I don't know, I just have a lot of feelings. I'm going to first take the shade Carnelian, this shade right here, on a flat definer brush, put this in my outer part of my eye. It's gonna look good? I don't know, but we're going for it. So I'm taking it, like keeping it in the outer area, kind of connecting the two. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush and smudge that out with no other product on it. I'm not bringing it too far into this section because I do want to put that sandstone shade right there. Now let's take the shade Sunstone. I've been saying this wrong the whole time. Sunstone right here on the same flat definer brush. Just taking it right here. Now let's add the shade Diamond. It's this is the Super Shock Shadow into my inner. Ooh, that's a weird feeling. Whoa. I'm gonna probably have to use my finger for this. This is what it looks like, and just kind of pop this right. I don't even really know what I'm doing, but I'm just feeling it out. This is a weird feeling shadow. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna take this pencil brush and go in with the shade Moonstone. It's right here at the very end of the palette. Put this on this like inner part of my eye just because I feel like the shade Diamond didn't give me exactly what I wanted. Like I need just a little bit more. Oh, this is a pretty shade. And I feel like I want to add Diamond right here. I'm gonna do it. Taking this on my finger again, kind of blending the two together. Ooh, that's adding a cool type of effect. It really feels like a Super Shock Shadow, and it's really throwing me off that it's in like a pressed version. Okay, so it kind of transitions from like a silver white shade to the blue, and I'm loving it. I feel like I've used all the shades I can, considering my eye's full of pigment. Can take Maybe. Let's take the shade Jasper right here and just put that in the very, very outer corner. Like literally just that. Well, that's kind of cool. And I'm gonna take the same pencil brush, smudge that out a little bit, because then it kind of goes from like dark red to like orange to bright orange. This is the most creative look I've done in a very, very long time. What do you guys think? I'm gonna not add any eyeliner or anything because I feel like that would kind of overdo this look. So I'm going to add some mascara. I'll be right back. This might be the most in love I've been with a look in a very long time. This is just got my creative juices flowing so hard. So here is what the lid looks like. It's got a lot of like cool tonedness happening, and then underneath the lower lash line, it's got a lot of warm tones happening. And I added a dark brown eyeliner and then just mascara to my top and lower lashes. But this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved sitting down and testing out this product with you guys. I can say 100,000% that it is totally 1,000,000% worth it. This is such a cool palette, and I love the look that I was able to come up with. Like the glitter of this lid shade is unreal. Everything else blended so well, so easily, and everything was so pigmented. Everything about this palette is just, it's like a winner in my book. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Let me know if you guys haven't tried this palette, because I'd be curious to see what your thoughts are, or if you like want to get your hands on this palette. Definitely sign up, because you should get this palette when it comes back in stock. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.